All right, everybody. In this video, we're going to be continuing to extend on our series on technician shifts. And so basically, in the previous videos, we've talked about the purposes of technician shifts and how to add technician shifts to the dispatch board and to your technician schedule, as well as what those different shifts are and what they mean and how and why you use the different shifts. And so basically, now what we're going to talk about is how to delete shifts. And so let's say you added a shift that you didn't want, or someone called and it kind of changed the schedule. This basically tutorial is going to show you how to remove shifts for individual instances as well as for just mass delete them as well. And so as usual, on our dispatch board here, you can see that today we have a bunch of technicians and they all are scheduled to work. And so let's say we want to go ahead and unschedule Sandra. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go to schedule, and we're going to go down to Sandra. And so we see her down here, and we see that she has a shift on her for today. And so this is today, Tuesday the 8th. We're going to go ahead and if we hover over that shift, you'll see a trash can. And so all you're going to do to delete the one shift is just click the trash can. It's going to ask you if you're sure, and if you are, you can just go ahead and delete that shift. And as you can see, there's nothing on her anymore. If we go to the dispatch board and refresh, you'll see that Sandra no longer has any shift on her. And so let's say we want to go ahead and remove all of the shifts for the technicians for today. One way that we can do that is by going over and selecting this trash can button. And so we can either delete visible or mass delete. And so one way that we can delete the visible is basically that is for this date range. So let's say we want to delete everything for this week. We just go ahead and select delete visible, and it's going to show us the date range it's going to delete for. So that's 3/6 to 3/12. And I do want to delete them. And so if I go ahead and delete, you'll see that there are no longer any shifts scheduled for this week. So if we go over to the dispatch board and refresh, you'll see that that is reflected inside of the dispatch board. There's currently no shifts scheduled for today, for tomorrow, and going into the future this week. But the shifts have remained moving forward past this. And so let's say we want to go ahead and delete every shift that we have scheduled moving forward into the future. And so one thing, currently my team is scheduled out to the end of May because I'm just trying to do a little bit at a time. And so what I can do is go ahead and select this mass delete button, and we can do a start date. So we'll just go ahead and do today, and the end date. And so what I'm going to do is just go to June 1st because that's how far my team is scheduled out, and go ahead and delete all shifts. It's going to make sure that you're okay with that, and then select delete shifts. And that's going to go ahead and run. And basically what that's going to do is come over here to the dispatch board, and you're going to see that every shift moving forward just into the future has been deleted. Now, there are some ways that we can actually change the mass delete feature. Let's say we only wanted to do it for certain business units. You can go in here and select a business unit and a technician. Let's say only certain technicians. You can go ahead and select just the certain technicians that you want to delete. And basically, let's say just like Harry, Maria, and Matt we all just changed all of their schedules so much that we want to go ahead and we want to just delete everything for them and start from scratch. You can just select the technicians, and you can go ahead and mass delete. And when you do that, it will only affect the visible technicians. That also works for the delete visible. In addition to that, let's say your install department completely changed their shifts. Instead of working 8 to 4, let's say you split the day up and you have some people working 8 to 4 and you have the rest working in the evenings. You can just go ahead and select that entire business unit, and it will remove the technicians who are assigned to that business unit. It'll allow you to just delete their schedules. And so that's a really good way of basically taking advantage of these filtering tools on the side to go ahead and delete shifts. You can also do that down below. You have your shift types. So you can do that. You can remove just scheduled, on-call, or time-off shifts. And so if you just completely redid your on-call schedule, you can just filter for on-call and delete the shifts for just that type. And so there's a lot of ways to basically, using these features over here, choose the different shifts that you want to delete. It kind of makes scheduling these things a lot easier. And so basically in this video and over this series, we've discussed why technician shifts are important, how they can affect your team, and how they could be a very beneficial tool for your team in just communication and being able to just communicate information in a way that allows your team to take action on it. And so this concludes our series on technician shifts. And if you have any other questions about technician shifts or how it works, you can always check the knowledge base where they're always updating how that feature works, and they're always adding new improvements to it.